Welcome, my fabulous chemistry students. Video number 3 of Unit 2, Atomic Theory. Today we're going to study atoms and ions. What is an ion? When we're done watching today's video, you will be able to differentiate between a regular neutral atom and a charged particle, or what we call an ion. Ion is one of 3 vocab words we got to deal with I. So let's start with this first one, ion. Basically, it has a charge, plus or minus. So if we look at our little pictorials here, we see protons and neutrons and electrons. So the electrons are the little red dots, and the P's have their plus charge and they're blue, and the N's are neutral. If I lose an electron, this is a great illustration. I'm going to have 3 pluses in the middle, right? And I'm going to have 2 negatives to cancel those pluses out. So what is my overall charge now? I have 3 pluses and 2 minuses. Well, here, these 2 cancel each other out, and then these 2 cancel each other out, and what am I left with? I'm left with a plus charge. Now, there's going to be some things in chemistry that are backwards that all year. There's probably 75% of the things that we do, they come out backwards, and it's frustrating to students, and I understand, and this is one of them. But you know what the whole reason why is? Because the charge on an electron is negative. If I take away an electron, your instinct is it's going to be negative. But I'm taking away a minus. Remember how that works in math, that pesky little negative symbol. So that's why it's going to make this go backwards. I take it away, I become positive. I add electrons, I become negative. It makes me scratch my head, but the more we do it, the more you'll understand. Okay, so this other picture, real quick, for a neutral atom, a little bit of vocab. If I lose an electron and I become positive, we call that a cation. Positive, I like to say we like cats, right? Positive. If I gain an electron, I become negative and I am an anion. I like to say negative, annoying. That kid in class that's annoying, it makes me feel so negative. That's how we'll maybe help remember these things. So a neutral atom, let's get into the definitions. A neutral atom is going to have the same number of protons and electrons. Remember we talked about this last video. The number of pluses and the number of minuses cancel each other out perfectly. So when I look at the diagram, I'm going to see regularly a C with a 6 and a 12 with no charge. See, up here, there's nothing. There's nothing up there, not a plus or a minus, okay? That's what we're looking for with ions. An anion, see the N? Negative, annoying. It's got an N. All right, an atom that has gained 1 or more electrons. This is key. The electrons will be greater than the number of protons. This is the number, right? The number of electrons will be greater than the number of protons. So when I cancel them all out, I'm left with a negative. When I write these, the -1 indicates that the charge is negative. So let me give you a little, it would be a C with a minus or a -1. If there's no 1 though, it's still minus. So it could be like that. That's negative. So it's a negatively charged carbon ion. Okay? And its vocab word is anion. It's annoying or negative, or it's got an N in it and it's negative. The other thing is we could become positive. So the number of protons now is going to outweigh the number of electrons. So in other words, I've lost an electron. So I'm going to have a plus symbol for the T here. You could remember it that way. Or you could remember that we really love cats. Either way. Symbol. I'm going to now have a +1 in the upper right-hand corner. This indicates that I have a positive charge. What we got to understand and takes practice is I get this positive charge by losing electrons. Now that doesn't seem instinctual at first, but the more we do it, the better we'll feel. So we're going to have some examples to work on to get us familiar with this whole thing, but now we're starting to use what we've learned. We can now differentiate between an atom and an ion. One has charge, one doesn't. And now we know how to write our notations. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in class, and we will practice, practice, practice.